All right, so we're back in Bandon, Oregon, because today I have a very special photo shoot. So I'm here for one particular photo. There's a photo I've been trying to do for over 2 years now, but the conditions have never been ideal. So last week I called in a favor, and here's the team of Circles in the Sand drawing a beautiful giant labyrinth on this beach at sunset so I can get the photo that I've been trying to get. Now, even though I'm here for just one particular photo, it's almost impossible to not get a few other pictures of this labyrinth. Even Bambi was excited for the experience. All right, guys, so about went down to the beach. So the sun is setting. It's looking really pretty. This labyrinth is huge. The team of Circles did an amazing job. By the way, there's still calendars available. So if you haven't got your Circles in the Sand calendar, I'm going to be putting a link in the description. So go ahead and check it out. And now I'm going to try to do a nighttime photo. I got a few volunteers because I got multiple cameras and multiple angles. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully I can get it. It's a little windy. Tripod has to stay still for 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm hoping I can get it. I'm going to hurry up and get a couple more pictures of sunset and move on over to the dark sky as soon as it gets dark. And then it got dark. So I don't know if you guys can see me or not. It is dark now. It's pitch black. And I'm trying to hold way too many things. I got 2 cameras going at once here. And then I have 2 other cameras on the other end. And the reason I've got so many cameras is because of the wind. Wow, it's windy. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm trying to block the wind here on the GoPro. Whoa. I'm on the phone with the team. I got 2 people walking with flashlights so I can get those lights. What? What happened? So these settings, these are just pretty much educated guess. I have 4 cameras and I'm trying a couple of different settings with the ISOs and the f-stops. The shutter speed needs to be as long as it takes him to walk the labyrinth. The ISO and the aperture, it's a wild guess, or an educated guess, I guess I have to say. One of my cameras, I don't have a remote trigger. So what I'm using is just a rubber band and a little rock, or in this case I'm using a cork from a wine bottle. I cut the cork, and so that's keeping the button push so it can do a bulb exposure. I can't use a regular 30 seconds. This has to be a few minutes, so you have to set your camera on bulb. And now to push the button down, the rubber band and the cork works great. It is a lot windier than I expected, and I hope this works. If I show you where the lights are, those 2 lights on the beach, that's the lanterns walking the beach. They're not very bright, but I hope they're bright enough. So once these cameras are done, I'll check the exposure of these, and then I'll go check the other ones over there and make sure that everything is working as planned. And if they do, we'll do a couple runs, because it is so windy that I don't know if the pictures are gonna come out, just because of how the wind is blowing everything. I'm gonna have to drop the tripods a little bit more so they're not so exposed. It's 2 people walking, one from the entrance and one from the exit, so they should meet somewhere in the middle, and then we can check and compose and go from there. So I hope this works out. I don't know if you can see behind me. It is pitch black. There's nothing here, and it's scary because I'm on a cliff and I really have to check where I walk. But all right, let me check cameras and get a hold of the team and see how we're doing. to see some stars, so that might come out in a picture. Really, really cool. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so give me a sec. Okay. Okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna have a gap in the middle. It's alright. Alright, so I'm gonna have a gap in the middle because my cork didn't work, and then the other camera, my fingers are too numb because it's so cold. But it's still gonna be really cool. The first couple of pictures are awesome. I hope they're sharp. And now the fog came in, but it's moving away, so I might be able to get some stars. One more run and this is gonna look awesome. It's now a little after 7. These poor guys started at almost at noon. They started drawing the labyrinth, and they're not gonna be done till 8 o'clock. But the fog is blowing away, so I think the stars are gonna look awesome. I don't know if you can hear me. What? Are you almost out? Starting to come in, and it's just looking awesome. We're doing 2 people at the same time on the same path with different colored lights and more flashlights to maybe get a little bit more of the path. Like I said, this is a guessing game. They're educated guesses, and hopefully we can get something awesome, something like what I had in mind. I hope you can hear me because the wind is brutal, and I'm not using my microphone. I'm just using the GoPro mic. I was very surprised and happy to see that all the images were actually fairly sharp. The only ones that had a little bit of motion blur were the ones from the lighter and smaller infrared camera, the Canon M6 Mark II. It was on a small tripod, and the camera itself doesn't have a lot of weight. And I believe the wind in that 10-minute exposure just blew it around enough that the image is not sharp or crisp. But all the other ones did great. I believe the best photos were the first set of pictures, and that's because there was still a little bit of ambient light from sunset. So that gave the beach and the rocks and everything just a little bit more detail than any of the other shots. All the other ones just had ambient light from the city and Bandon behind us because it was a moonless night. Don't forget to look for the calendars. I'll put a link down below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.